Now, when the Liberals were in opposition, we work with all parties, you know, over the years we have. We took out two of their critics on such a tour. And their names were David Kaplan and George Smitherman. Sadly, both went on to become ministers of health. Now, we began our tour in Parkdale, and we toured disastrous rooming houses, and we met and talked to the people that live in them. And then we briefed them on the mental health issues and the gaps in services that community suffers with. I know Sherry knows that community extremely well. And then we took them to City Hall, where there were at least 40 men and women sleeping outside that night. And then we ended up in a coffee shop to debrief. And the reason we debrief is because generally we find it's pretty traumatizing, an experience for people that are uninitiated or new to learning about these issues. So we were discussing them in the coffee shop, and then impulsively, one of my colleagues, Barrick, Barrick German, he turns to these two guys, David Kaplan and George Smitherman, and he says, "Could you help out at Queen's Park on these issues? Can you help us? Can you give us a hand? We really need a hand." And one of the two, and honestly I can't remember which one, I wish I could, went like this. And the other one smirked. And that says a lot. Now, I was reminded of that disaster tour when I walked up Sherbourne Street the other day, because I think it was prophetic of what was going to happen in the next 6 years of Liberal government. And that's what convinced me to run. And I got mad as hell. I thought, we've had 6 years of McGuinty Liberal government. 6 years characterized by lack of courage, lack of imagination, lack of determination, lack of empathy, lack of political will. Inaction to effectively deal with the housing crisis or poverty, or what I call starving welfare rates. Non-action on the real health needs of the community, needs for more home care, but lots of action on e-health. Non-action on climate change, but lots of time for the nuclear industry. Non-action on creating more supports for seniors, for people with disabilities, more childcare spaces, but lots of action on figuring out how to tax people and get more money from them. What help did our community agencies, including this one that we're in today, that does so much, what help did they get from the government when the recession hit? And when it meant that they saw 20 to 30% more people needing their services. Services like food, employment help, legal help, eviction prevention. What relief has this government provided for the drop-in center I was in recently? One that used to only deal with adult homeless men and women, but now sees families with children. And why are they going in there? They're going in there for food. What have they really done to help the people that I meet in this riding? It was actually with El Fruit Canvassing that it was a Thanksgiving Sunday or Monday. We met people in the lineup at Good Shepherd, people lining up in the laneway, waiting to get in for their meal. And he very quietly, very humbly turned to us and said, "We are so very, very hungry." Then there are the people that are shocked, just shocked that it's happened to them, lost their job, having to move, having to downsize, borrow from friends, sell their car, maybe get EI, but what if they can't get EI? What's the government done for them?